And risky behavior and illegal parking.
Federal investigators say those factors played a role in the catastrophic I-485 crash that killed 6 people in Charlotte. Thank you for being with us at 11 tonight. I'm Daryl Green, and for John Carter.
And I'm Siobhan Bryan. This crash happened on July 26th of last year. We now have the final report on it, though. The National Transportation Safety Board says the crash happened that Saturday morning on I-485 at Wilkinson Boulevard. You see it mapped out on your screen here. This is West Charlotte under the Dixie River Road underpass.
The NTSB shared this diagram. The clear colored vehicle you see there is an SUV driven by a 16-year-old. The blue one, a minivan carrying 6 people, including 3 children. We now know the teenager tried to pass between the minivan and a truck in front of it.
Investigators say the SUV sped up and began merging into the right lane. That's when it clipped the front left tire of the minivan, which sent both vehicles off the road. They slammed into a tractor trailer parked on the side of the road and were pinned underneath it. The only survivor was a 15-year-old girl in the back of the minivan. Now,
the NTSB says the teen's inexperience and risky behavior were factors in this crash. Logan Sauer, a 16-year-old, and had received, his provisional intermediate driver's license only 18 days prior. Sauer's family said that he was familiar with the vehicle and with 485. At the time of the crash, there was THC in Sauer's system. Another factor was the illegal parking of the tractor trailer on the side of the road. The final contributing factor, according to the NTSB, the catastrophic underride of the trailer. Both vehicles slid underneath the parked trailer, leaving no survivable space.